Well, hello everybody. I was just zooming through some bits and pieces and found this wonderful little speech from Senator Hanson-Young that she had put through in Parliament today. So I thought, I'm not going to let this one go. Not at all. I'm going to call some people out. So let's start with doing this. We're going to add her to the stream and let's have a little listen to what she has to say. And also, courtesy, I'm trying to think of actually the Context News, which is where I grabbed this clip from, so I give credit to these guys. But this is what our wonderful senator had to say, and I'm going to be interjecting. I'll tell you this now.
One Nation lied to the South Australian people during this election campaign. They lied about where their preferences were going. They told South Australians to just vote one and that their preferences would just sit with One Nation.
Right, I'm stopping it right there. With all of this stuff going backwards and forwards, I think I finally figured out the two-party ticket. And I said one of them had a number one and the other one had a set of preferences. So if you were one of those people, and this is subjective, I might not be correct here, the AEC can, or the Australian Electoral Commission can pick me up, but if you voted just one on the ticket, then when your ticket got counted, it went and matched the vote, the yellow card that had a 1 on it. And it sat there, and it sat there, and it sat there until such point as if the party was eliminated, if for some reason they were third or fourth, and it came down to doing the next set of preferences, everybody that voted just one, all those preferences would now be invalid because there is no flow on. If they had voted 1, 2, 3, 4 and it matched the pattern on the other side, then there would have been an onflow of preferences. But just a single one, nothing else, just a single one would have landed in this little ticket box and it stayed there forever until eliminated. So no, they did not lie. Your preferences did not go somewhere else. So sorry, Senator Hanson-Young. You need to brush up a little bit more on some facts there. Let's see what else she has to say.
Of course, now we know that they were secretly directing preferences without anybody knowing.
Okay, so I already explained that. If you went to the other side of the two-party ticket, yes, those preferences would go down as the registered vote. So yes, that part may be true. Well, it is true. Effectively, nobody knows what those preferences were, and the AEC will not release that document. They classes it as an internal confidential document, just to let you know.
They lied to their voters straight up. They lied about the preferences they were receiving. They got...
Actually, no, they didn't. Let's be fair on this. They never made a preference deal with anybody. Nobody at all. In the upper house, they did with the Family Party and the, was it Australia Family Party and the Family First, right? They did in the upper house, but in the lower house, there was no preference deals done with anybody. So anybody who preferenced One Nation from the other parties did so on their party's say-so. So Hanson-Young, you lied again, and I'm calling you out.
They got preferences from the Liberal Party, despite the fact that Barnaby Joyce, Mr Barnaby Joyce, lied twice on television, again yesterday, to say no one was preferencing them.
Senator Hanson-Young, you're referring to a member of the other place, and you've used a term that has been found to be disorderly in this place. I'd ask you to withdraw, please.
I withdraw.
Well, I'm glad. Pity she didn't withdraw permanently, but effectively he didn't lie, because once again they had no preferences in the House of Assembly, and they did tell people that they had preferences, because I knew they had preferences from an interview off one of the major channels where they said that they had had some arrangements in the upper house, right? The House was legislative. Anyway, she's so lucky that she's in a place where they can lie and get away with it. You know, that's probably the only place where you can nowadays even tell a lie and get away with it. But anyway.
Thank you.
Mr. Joyce misled people when he said that One Nation got no preferences. They got preferences from the Liberal Party.
We've already explained that one. You repeat yourself, you think it's going to make the lie any different?
One Nation lied about who their candidates were. They lied that one of their candidates had an arrest warrant out on him for sex charges in the UK.
Okay, they didn't lie about that. They didn't even know about it until they were contacted by the ABC. And they're not even sure. I mean, it didn't come up on any Australian searches. And if this person was, in fact, I don't know them, but if they are from England, then they're over here. If they're Australian and went over to England, when England puts out an arrest warrant, it doesn't show up here in Australia. The person has to be basically, their government's got to contact our government, and then they've got to do all the trade bullshit with, asking to have this person brought back, etc. One Nation didn't lie about nothing. How can you lie when you don't know? What a load of crock, woman.
Okay. They've been caught lying from day dot. They defrauded electoral funds in New South Wales. They lied about that.
Don't know about that one, so I can't comment on that. But my guess is it's probably another lie, but I could be wrong. Just saying.
That. They have lied about how they love this country, because this country, Australia, is a country that they seem to not like very much at all.
You've got to be kidding me. There's nobody more Australian than Pauline Hanson. Really? Say that she doesn't love this country? You're the one that's trying to destroy it with your stupid green energy, and our prices are up here, and the bullshit that we have no infrastructure or no petrol. What a load of crock. Most of that's come from the Greens and the Labor Party. Right? Us Australians, the real people, the reason why we stood up and showed you that you are stepping way out of bounds is because we've had enough. You can only push us so far, and then it's time that all the freedom groups got together and all of those groups that are conservative, and we worked as a team to take you lot out and put our country back under our control with our infrastructure, our manufacturing. We're on an island, for God's sakes. And this is the perfect example. The fuel's the perfect example. So anyway, sorry, I'll get carried away. I'll let it go.
At all. Because Australia is a country that is multicultural, that has beautiful environment, that has a community rich of diversity. And yet every time One Nation mounts their hate and division, they are lying about how much they love it.
Okay, she can spin that argument. Yes, we are multicultural. Yes, we have some brilliant stuff here. I mean, I love my Indian food, and I love my Euroses from Greek and all that sort of stuff, and that culture that's come into here. That's not the argument, Senator. The argument is the amount of mass immigration that's coming in when we have no infrastructure, no housing, nothing to support it, right? And why aren't we teaching our own kids to get jobs? Because they're being taken by people coming from overseas who are supposed to be skilled. Some of them are. Quite a lot of them are not. Though I know quite a few Indians, and they're very intelligent people, and they're very hardworking, which is fantastic, and love to have them here in our country. But in sustainable amounts. That's the key word, sustainable amounts, where we can handle the influx.
They don't like this country very much at all. They wish it was different. That is the biggest lie of all.
Thank you.
Okay. And we wish we were different. Yeah, because we don't like the direction you have been taking us. Not one iota. Well, I suppose she's been a little bit more respectful this time in her speech, but for now on, I'm going to be calling crap like this out as I see it, because effectively it is crap, it is lies, and while she may have free parliamentary privilege, we can still call her out as an Australian. So that's my say on this today. I just wanted to have that little, right, no, had this, no, not putting up with this crap anymore. So, Senator Hanson-Young, in my equation, and only my personal opinion, 95% of what you said there was probably a lie. Well, pretty much guarantee it was, actually. Cheers all.